the one thing that I take away from that is that there's always, I have to. It makes me redefine, makes me really rethink of what I think is true. Because what am I locked into? When I start saying, I'm very careful with saying, "Oh, I know." When you start talking to me, I need to shut up. I need to just listen more and ask the right questions because I don't know.
Right. We don't know. And that was one of the difficult things, was just identifying that I actually didn't know a lot of things. And
it's okay.
being okay with not knowing those things, I've been right. I've been wrong in the past. I'm sure I'll be wrong again in the future.
Hell, I'm married. I'm wrong most of the time.
Like 99.9% of the time. Yes, Rob. Yeah.
Just own it.
You're all Annie, your crystals and shit.
Yeah. Whoa. Hey. My name is Rob Adams. I do not approve of this.
I do not approve of this message. Dude, my wife's the same way. She's got her crystals and shit.
Oh, man.
I'm like, all right, it's cool.
Here's the problem with that. I'm going to be honest with this now, shifting gears. Most of the time, they're right.
Most of the time, they're right.
It's infuriating.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Annie will, she'll say some crazy shit, and I'm like, yeah, there's no way that's going to ever happen.
Any sense.
You're doing the whole Rolodex thing.
Yeah, that makes no sense historically. Like, there's like, physics it doesn't make sense.
It
happens. It totally happens.
Dude, my wife's a Reiki master, right? And dude, she's like, yeah, you really need to ground yourself. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, no, go stand on that salt block. Go stand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what the freak's a salt block? And I go stand. I'm like, what the crap just happened, dude?
She makes me walk around barefoot in the grass. You
Does
need
she?
to go. Yeah, you need to go ground.
You need to go ground.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Dude, I'll tell you, like,
grounding to a whole new definition.
Completely, dude.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, dude, my energy changes when I do specific things and it causes a result. And my energy changes. Okay, now I will do that thing,
So Annie's a Reiki master as well. She teaches the class, and I've taken the class just to understand the vocabulary. Because I am being raised in the culture we were raised in. I don't believe anything.
Right.
And I'm just like
you don't believe anything specific, right?
Specifically.
Yes,
I'm kind of skeptical about everything.
Right.
Not like overly so, but cool on you. But
right.
I have to say, it's kind of some of the stuff that she does is kind of undeniable. Like the energy thing that she does and the shifting of energy. And I've done, and then as I became a Reiki and I learned about this stuff, and I'm like a Reiki, like
practitioner.
Padawan.
Yeah.
Padawan level.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Not Jedi Master at all.
Right.
But I learned that I have no talent in it. I can barely feel my own feelings, not yours.
Right.
I can barely feel my own energy. Like I am so out of touch with this mechanism because I'm just going all the time and I'm thinking thoughts and I'm creating and making phone calls and convincing and doing and doing until I'm exhausted. And then I go to bed and then I do it again tomorrow.
Right.
And away I go. That's me. I'm a creator, manifester. She's just like this dynamic
energy pusher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Energy pusher.
Yes.
Amazingly said.
Yep.
And so
same thing with my wife, dude. They're energy pushers, and they're like,
so let it
I
be.
Can push energies too. But here's the bad part of that. If they push negative energy, it's like really intense, right?
Yeah.
Like if they're in a bad mood or they're in a bad spot, and they haven't fulfilled, like gone with their own medicine, and they push negative energy, it's like amplified negative energy.
It's crazy. Also, here's one of the reasons I'll never leave Annie is because she's terrifying. That witch will cast a spell on me.
And her fucking crystals.
And my dick will fall off or something. We can edit that out. Please edit that out. I'm kidding, babe. I'm kidding.
Oh.
No, but I'm serious. I'm pretty sure she could put some magic on me that I would not recover from. And I'm completely afraid. Of something.
What might actually happen?
Of something that I'm skeptical of. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. How can I be I don't believe that. Don't do it to me.
Don't do it.
Oh man, being married to a witch. I didn't know that Jen was down that path. I know that they've traded before. Annie was telling me about that as I was coming here, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And Annie's talented.
Yeah, you know what? I think people are, just like if you feel like there's something that you're called to, right? An intention, a mission, a purpose, right? Like Thanksgiving Heroes, right? There's no one else that could have done Thanksgiving Heroes the way you did it. And I feel like the way that our wives are with those things, there's no one that could do it the way they do it. They're just drawn to it.
Yeah.
It's like, it pulls them in. It becomes a part of them. And it's like a calling or a mission or a purpose, right?
Yeah, they're spiritual practitioners.
Practitioners, yeah.
And I never put that together. This is like a new thing for me. Like I realized, like I have a physical body that I actually put a lot of work into. I make sure that I'm eating right.
I can tell. Freaking sexy beast.
I can't even help it.
Oh my gosh, bro. Your definition.
I run the bam. I run the machine as best I can because this is it. This has got to get me to the very end, and I want to make sure I can do as much as I can.
You got to go to a hundy, bro.
Yeah, easy. I'm not quitting.
This is water, by the way, just so you know.
Diet Pepsi. I'm not going to make it. So I have this physical body that I'm working hard to maintain. I've never considered my spiritual body, which in the dogma I grew up in, a spiritual body is common knowledge. We all have a spirit. We're all spiritual children. We're part of a spiritual family. So it's not a big jump for me to think that body sometimes needs attention.
Yeah.
And that's what she's doing. And when she put it together for me like that, I'm like, well, why isn't everyone doing this?
Right.
Like, because we're all in some way at some time spiritually hung up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
and
that's what she does.
which I think is nothing more than mentally, emotionally, right?
Yeah.
Like that's where the connection of our physical body comes in, as we call it mental or emotional. But mental is really our brain. Emotional is our reaction to our brain.
That's right.
Whereas there's another element of that, which is our soul, and it's deeper, and it comes in on a character or a soul level, and there's some things that cannot just be medicated away.
That's right.
You know, and
there's wounds. There's things I'm working on. I'll get hung up and I can feel it in my throat, and she can clear that.
Yeah.
It might be just my belief in it, but
who cares?
who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah,
Yep.
if that vitamin is going to get rid of my headache, I'll have 2 of those, please, because it's going to work. And I'll
Right.
take them, and it could be sugar pills. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I believe
works,
it.
it works,
It
yeah.
works.
Yeah.
And so that's Reiki, right?
Yeah, it's the
there's
pushing of life force
I always look for
energy.
the truths in everything, right? There's carryover stuff that they teach in the Reiki and whatnot of how to control your mind and where everything is at that you'd find in the Stoic teachings,
Right.
Like there's generalized truths that you can. They use different language
Right.
and different,
And they call it different things, right.
But there is carryover amongst it, especially because it's an intellectual area, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing with the Stoic area. And I would
You
say
sound
those
really
two are-
intellectual when you say the word intellectual, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you.
You say it very well.
Roll it through real nice. But there is carryover.
This
to
dude's
all this
unlocking.
stuff.
He's on the
can tell.
unlock mode. Like he's reading and journaling and doing the.
Is he?
He's doing the work, man.
Nice, dude.
We had a podcast called The Golden Nuggets, and I brought a lot of Georgisms.
I listened to that.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. It was
Anyway,
great.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Well, you probably you knew where I was coming from. Like I sound smart, but I'm just like, as George, I learned this from somebody else, and these things work. Truth is truth, right? It's amazing stuff, and so these guys are putting in the work. You're on day 42.
42 today.
Of journaling gratitudes.
Wow.
And doing the things like the steps along the way, and
Waking up at 4:30, like to do all this. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
That's
Huge big
badass,
fan.
dude.
Yeah.
That's badass. It's a refinement of your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still do that? Are you still journaling?
Not that early. Oh, yeah. I still do like gratitude journals and put my 10-10. And remember the 10-10?
Yeah.
So you do 10 gratitudes and 10 things you want or you want to happen, right? So, I'm grateful for my family, grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for those things that you just need to identify every day. I'm so thankful for my little girls. I'm thankful I can, read them a bedtime story every night. So that you can identify your gratitudes. And then I do a meditation every day. It's called Tony Robbins. It's called Priming, and you can get it on YouTube. And it's just Tony Robbins Priming, and it's a 15-minute meditation that he takes you through, and it has breathing and physical movement
with the
arms.
Yeah. I
Just
remember
raising,
that.
rolling the arms, and I do that every day, and that seems to reset me. Like if I'm in a bad place, if I want to be a really bitch, I don't do it, and I screw myself up for the day. But
Yeah. I don't have time for that.
I don't have time for that, and then I'm
just
fucked
gonna-
for the rest of the day.
I'm going to be miserable all day. That's
Yeah.
my decision.
Yeah. But when I do that, it's phenomenal. It's just been amazing.
That's what I've noticed too. Is it's like putting the toolkit on for the day. You're putting your battle armor for the day.
Yes.
Yep.
Girding of the loin.
Yes.
that one.
Right. The whole armor of God.
Yeah.
God, I love you, man. I throw like these like esoteric quotes. He's like, "No, wait, no. Here's 2 more lines from that."
Let's go deeper. Yes. Yea, verily.
Yea, verily.